So we are an agency, a bit more niche though. So we run Google and YouTube only, and only for e-commerce brands. And as of the last couple of years, a lot of drop shipping stores too, because it is a little bit fundamentally different, as in there's risks with GMC, disapprovals, and also a lot more competition. So yeah, we got the experience, and it's just a channel that we're really focusing in on the moment. So that's why we also have a lot of clients here. Super stoked to be a part of it too. And yeah, GMC approval is crazy. Yeah, it's what we spend half of our week on. We actually have a dedicated team for GMCs. But yeah, we wanted to bring you guys a case study and actually show you what we did inside the account, not hiding anything back, and show you how we scaled a drop shipping store to 10K per day. The client is actually inside here, so we're not going to disclose his product because we don't want to create competition for ourselves. Google is an auction network, and I don't want to auction against you guys, or auction against myself. So we'll introduce Frederick. He's a specialist that actually led this account. He can walk you through the audit and then let you know exactly what we did. And then afterwards, we'll open up a Q&A. Let us know what else you want to know. And also a big thing I want to ask is what you want to see next for the course, because we want to build that up for you guys. So yeah, but I'll leave it over to Frederick now.
Yeah, today I just want to go over like a case study of one of our recent clients that we've been able to scale up to almost 6 figures in just 30 days in the last month. And I will say I'm just going to share my screen and I will just guide you through everything. 1 second. As I said, this was one of our clients and that we scaled up quite a lot in the month of November. And I'm just going to guide you through everything, how everything started, the initial challenges that we face, things that we did, our strategy also like in detail, basically everything that we did from basically like A to Z. And yeah, like afterwards, if you guys have any questions, then just feel free to ask. But yeah, like overall, we were able to generate 86K in revenue with a ROAS of 4.46 just in the month of November. And in regards to this client, so basically this client is in the health and wellness niche, offering high quality products designed to improve everyday life. But despite strong growth potential and demand, their campaigns lack the structure and strategy needed to scale profitably. So they looked for a data-driven, scalable approach to unlock consistent growth through Google Ads. And as you can also see, I've just attached a screenshot of the Google Ads account right here. As you can also see, we've been able to pretty much consistently scale the client up every single day. And in total, we have generated 861 conversions. As I said, the conversion value was around 87K. We had costs of 19.5K, and this resulted in a ROAS of 4.46. And yeah, in regards to the initial challenges, so before we even started scaling the campaigns up, there were the following basically challenges. So first of all, underperforming campaigns. There were a lot of existing campaigns that were just underutilized, resulting in inconsistent performance and metrics and also stagnant growth. There were also failed scaling attempts. So basically, attempts to scale budgets in the past had negatively impacted the ROAS, making profitability on most campaigns almost impossible. There was also inefficient product focus. So the focus on top performing products left opportunities for secondary products untapped. So basically what that means is there was a clear winner, or kind of like a main winner on Meta that we were also trying to advertise on Google. But on the other side, there were also secondary products that we didn't really test out. But once we did, we saw really great results. And I will also dive more deep into detail later on. And then last but not least, we also had the seasonal campaign readiness. So basically the campaigns lacked readiness for key sales periods like the Black Friday, which was just around the corner. And there was no clear roadmap, no strategy in place. But obviously, as you guys can imagine, it's going to be a very big sales event. So there needs to be something done on Google. And I will also guide you through it, what we did there. And yeah, in regards to the solution, so our strategy for Google Ads, to address these challenges, we executed a comprehensive strategy focused on campaign restructuring, performance optimization, and also scalable growth. So in regards to the campaign restructuring, we had one brand search campaign, basically capturing bottom of funnel high intent traffic with high performing branded keywords. We had also multiple different performance max campaigns, or also in short PMAX campaign. We also segmented the PMAX campaigns by countries for more control. Obviously, this only makes sense if you guys also target different types of countries. If you're only focusing on one, then maybe one campaign might also be enough. But we've also tested a lot of feed-only PMAX campaigns, so basically only focusing on the shopping feed without adding any assets, which also tend to perform really well. And then on the other side, we also tested custom audiences based on competitor URLs main product keywords and also the blog article URLs. And this is also like a really nice like golden nugget you guys can also like test. It also tends to perform really, really well inside PMAX campaigns. And then we had also the bidding strategy optimization. So before that, there was a lot of manual bidding strategies in place, but we were able to leverage the maximize conversion value with target ROAS bidding strategy, which just simply resulted in better overall performance. And next up, we had the shopping feed optimization, and this is also very important in regards to the shopping feed, because as you guys can also imagine, especially on Google, the shopping feed is like in most accounts, the best performing network. So you have to make sure that this is also optimized. So we also just went ahead and optimized the shopping feed to match the products with the right audience. And we did this with competitor and also keyword research. And based on the research that we did, we optimized the titles and the descriptions following the best practice format, which is basically brand format, main keyword of the product, and then also attributes. And also maybe just a quick side note here in regards to this format. This is definitely important, especially for brands that already have brand awareness. So the brand name should be in the very beginning. But if you, for example, just want to scale something up, you don't really care about your brand, then you can also just skip this part and just stick to your main keyword and then attributes that describe your product. Next up, we have the incremental scaling. So basically, we've been able to increase the ad spend by 10 to 20% per week for campaigns showing consistent ROAS improvements. But on the other hand, also for very, very well-performing campaigns, this might be the case like here and there. If you see that the ROAS is like very high, you can also just be more aggressive, maybe try to scale even every 3 days, every 2 days, and then see how the ROAS develops. And then also in regards to the audience insights and refinement, also very important, also very pretty much dependent on the type of niche and the product you're trying to like advertise. But basically we conducted in-depth demographic analysis to refine targeting across age, gender, and income segments, ensuring the right ads were shown to the right audiences. And this really unlocked kind of like a lot of potential for us in this account.
Just Frederick, just a second. Guys, because I know a lot of you run Meta and on incremental scaling, do not surf scale Google, because I know you guys are really ballsy and you're doing like 40% a day when you see good results, but it will not work on Google and you'll break it. So if you do it, try to stick to these increments that we say here. And if the results do look good, you can do slightly more, but don't do it on a daily basis or yeah, it'll break and go into learning phase.
Right. So yeah, like as I was saying in regards to the audience insights and refinements, so if this is applicable for your product, then definitely go ahead and also make sure that you target the right age, gender, and also the income segments. Because for example, in this account, we were also able to reduce our CPA by almost 27%, which led to a CPA of about $24. And as you can see also here right here, this was a screenshot of the Google Ads account. And then last but not least, we also have the Black Friday, Cyber Monday preparations. So as I said in the beginning, there was no real strategy in place, but this usually is our main kind of like go-to approach in regards to Black Friday, Cyber Monday. So we basically just prepared the following assets. We created new ads, including the offer in all main campaigns, and we also pinned it in new headlines. We also added the promotion extensions for search campaigns, highlighting the sale. And just as to give you an example, this is how it looks like. So you can just set up an extension as a promotion and just have it run underneath your search campaigns. And then we also added a promotion inside the GMC for the shopping feed. This step right here is also dependent on the code itself, also like the sale itself. If there is like a manual code, then you can do this step. If not, if the sale is already applied automatically on your store, then you can do it. But just to kind of like let you know. And yeah, in regards to the results, so we've applied all these different steps that I've just shared. And our Google Ads strategy allowed us to scale our clients' revenue by 300% while maintaining very healthy ROAS levels. And we've also just written down all these different weeks since we started with the optimizations, with the implementations for the different things that I've just mentioned. So as you can see, we started on the October 21st, and we generated revenue of 4.5K with costs of about 1K, which resulted in a ROAS of 4.2. And the next week, we had a revenue of 5.9K. We also increased the cost slightly, which resulted in a ROAS of 5.1. The next week, we had a revenue of 9.3, so almost doubled, with also a cost of 1.8. So we also went up with a ROAS of 5.18. The next week, we already hit 23K in revenue with cost of almost 7K, which resulted in a ROAS of 3.38. And the week afterwards, we had again a revenue very closely with 22K. We had costs of almost 7K and ROAS of 3.2K. And then just in the last week of the month of November, we hit a revenue of 40K with costs of 10K and a ROAS of almost 4, as you can see right here. Here's also a quick overview of our local studio. So we've just attached screenshots of the revenue and ROAS and also the profit and also the cost. So as you can also see right here, the revenue is the purple bar right here. And as you can see, it's basically just climbing up very consistently every single day. So we've been, like, as I've also explained earlier, just increasing our budgets like very consistently. And this is why we've also been able to scale up the revenue very consistently. As you can also see, the ROAS has still been on a very healthy level. It has seen a little drop right here, but it just went up again. As you can see right here on the very end, we had a ROAS of about 5. And yeah, like as I said, the cost as well, as you can see right here, this is the gray bar. It just went up basically on a daily basis, and it also peaked right here around Black Friday. And at the same time, obviously, since the revenue went up and we were also very profitable with our ROAS, the profit at the same time also went up pretty well. And yeah, here's also a quick summary of the month-to-date performance of November. So in total, we had a revenue of 86K.9. We had costs of about 20K, and the overall ROAS was 4.45. And basically, just to give you maybe like a quick summary in regards to the approach to achieve consistent, profitable growth in Google Ads, focus on precision in campaign structure, gradual scaling, and data-driven targeting, because success comes from refining what works and methodically scaling, not from reckless budget increases or one-size-fits-all strategies, which was the issue in the campaigns before, and which was also the reason why the most of the campaigns didn't really see growth. And yeah, also just wanted to share like a quick summary in regards to the key pillars to follow that I just shared in this case study. So first of all, granular campaign structuring, segment campaigns by audience, countries, and also product groups to gain better control and maximize efficiency. PMAX campaigns, when strategically segmented, can drive significant returns. So definitely also try it out with PMAX campaigns because they tend to perform really, really well. And then secondly, the incremental scaling, scale budgets by 10 to 20% weekly on high performing campaigns to maintain profitability and avoid sudden ROAS drops. But as I also explained, if you see consistent sales on a daily basis with a very high ROAS that you maybe not even expected, then you can also try to be more aggressive with scaling, but obviously just keep the ROAS in mind. Next up, the shopping feed optimization, also a very important part. Always optimize your shopping titles and descriptions, do competitor and keyword research to come up with the title ideas, and also use the following title structure: the brand name, main keyword, and also the attributes that describe the product. And then last but not least, the leverage audience insights. So dive deep into demographic data, age, gender, income to identify and target high value customer segments effectively. As I said, this might not be applied to like all niches and also products. If you're rather just going completely broad and it works for you, then go for it. But if your product or your niche is like very like pretty much in a very specific niche, then definitely make sure that you are like in depth about the age, gender, and also the income. And other than that, also very nice tip right here is to use the insights tab of the PMAX campaign, especially once the PMAX campaign has been running, because you can get so much like data, essential data as inspiration also for new audiences you can test. And there are just so many things, also like new keyword ideas, search terms that has been triggered and so on, that you can also use to test in your campaigns. And yeah, here's also a quick summary of the performance before. So in October, there was only an ad spend of 3.5K. The revenue was at 23K. And then afterwards, once we just started with the campaigns, with the optimizations in November, as I said, we spent 19.5K with a revenue of 86K. And yeah, this was the case study.